Reasons your wife says no to sex, what she actually means when she's rejecting you in no-sex marriages. These are the most common lines your wife will say to you when you initiate or make a move for sex. Now, it's important to understand that when you're rejected in any relationship, if the quality and the quantity of sex is already dying, this all falls under the same category. Stick around to the end, because by the time I give you the last one, you're gonna realize how these stack on top of each other and why you're not having sex anymore. When your wife says, I'm not in the mood, I have a headache, your wife is actually saying, I don't want to talk about sex anymore. I don't want to hear the question, why don't you want me? What would turn me on? Why don't you like sex anymore? I'm literally done with talking about sex. When your wife says, I'm too tired, what your wife is telling you, I feel like we're roommates and I feel like a single parent. You're gonna need to start doing more in the house. She can't be picking up after you. You're gonna have to pick up after the family too. You're gonna have to get more involved as a father. You need to show up as her partner. When your wife says, nah, I just don't need it anymore. I'm just not into it anymore. I just don't like the way I feel about my body right now. She's actually telling you she's just a mom. She doesn't feel like a woman. You've got to spend some time getting her out of mom mode. You've got to start making her feel like a sexy ass woman again. Girls just want to have fun. Get her away from the kids. Take her on dates. Flirt at home. Flirt over text. Leave a sexy dress on the bed and say Friday, 8 p.m. and then surprise her and take her for a wild night. Moms are loving and nurturing. They're not wild animals. Make her feel like a woman again. Now, there's something wrong with my hormones. My sex drive isn't there. Birth control, depression, anxiety medications, PCOS, menopause. We can go on. While these all might be valid reasons, the reason they're actually an excuse is because you don't follow through. If you want your wife to follow through and get her levels checked and fixed, switch up the medications, make a plan to overcome some of these issues, she's not following through because you're not following through. If you say you're gonna do things and then you don't do them, she doesn't feel that motivated to do the same. When you say, I'm gonna get the milk, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna fix the squeak, I'm gonna take the kids, I'm gonna finish that book, she doesn't believe you because you don't follow through. So she's not motivated to follow through on this. That's why she tells you, oh yeah, I'll go to the doctor, and then she doesn't go. That's why she makes a plan to get over depression with working out and then doesn't continue. When your wife says, I think I'm asexual, I don't know why I don't want sex anymore. What she's actually saying is, I'm no longer attracted to you anymore. That could be your health, and yeah, you should start there if you're not in shape, but I know jack guys that their wives don't want to sleep with them. I was one of them years ago. What's your hygiene like? How do you dress? You can be a supermodel, but if you just scream at her all the time, you fight with her all the time, that's also unattractive. Are you sitting down on the couch, kind of lazy, not exciting to talk about? When she says men and women are different, when you used to have sex 2 times a day, 4 times a day, remember back in the beginning, were you man and woman different then too? Why does this even come up? Just a flat out no. By the time your wife just says no and doesn't really give any explanation at all, you truly have a sexless marriage. What happens when you've been doing all these truths wrong? She feels like your masturbation device, like you just want to blow your load. And I know from working with so many men, that's not the case. But when we act entitled to her vagina, when we've wanted her to want us for so long, when insecurity and frustrations and anger have all come out over and over and over again, eventually she just shuts down. You said it too many times. I'm a man, I have needs. Or pouted for 2 or 3 days because your wife doesn't want to have sex. Some of you get so angry, I'll cheat on you. Or you go watch porn. Eventually, she stops telling you all these different lines and just stop sleeping with you. If you're ready to change your marriage from dead bedroom to a mad, passionate sex life with your wife, subscribe to this channel. Learn how you're automatically turning your wife off. Learn how you can flip things by doing it the opposite way from the way you've been shown how to be a man in marriage. Even just understanding the lines she's using when she rejects you, knowing what she truly means, and making these small tweaks, you can see a massive improvement in your marriage right away. Come on, man. Go get your wife.